So this is going to be a little short video on something I haven't done in a while, and it's probably been about 2 years since I just made an actual video on itself, and that's how I run my filters. I mention it in, occasionally sometimes when I like do updates on things for people, just for people that are new. I kind of just go over how I, kind of what's in the filters, but I never actually go over like in years how I actually have them set up. So we'll go through this tank, they'll go through the bigger tank. They're basically the same how I have them, but how I have them like kind of set up is a little different from the planted to the, obviously the other tank. So obviously this one is a 20-gallon planted tank. It's probably our best tank we have. It is our best tank we have, and it is run by a Aquarium 50 and an Aquarium 30. Now originally this was our first filter, and I thought that'd be enough because this is a planted tank, and usually you can get by with a little smaller. Yeah, I learned that in like I went months with actually probably about 2 or 3 months with just this one, and realized it wasn't. It wasn't getting nothing. We still had ammonia after 2 or 3 months, and so I knew that we weren't getting enough biological. Now that the tank is established, I bet you I could do fine with just that filter only. Now that everything's like it is now, but still, yeah, it's on there now, and obviously it's more filtration and a lot more media, which is the important thing. So I guess we'll just start here first. So the 30, you can see I actually changed it up a little bit from. I guess you guys have never even seen it, so it don't matter. But I actually changed it up a little bit lately. So I actually put only certain things in each filter. So on one filter, I only have just biological only. In the one filter, I just have sponges only. And so I'll get to why I have the pinky filter, which is just everybody knows the pinky filter. Usually you can use pillow stuffing. You can just use regular polyester filling. It's the same thing. It's just pinky filter has the really fine side, and then it just has like your regular, which you usually see. But as you see, it has a finer side, so it gets like finer particles, and then it just has your regular. But this one, I'm not gonna drag it out because it's gonna make a mess. But this is all just sponges. So basically, I took the sponges that I get from like these like when I have like 2 out clears, I usually take the sponge out of one of them and put all the sponges in one, and then put all the biological in one. And obviously, I buy way more biological because they never give you enough. But so I have this filled up all the way with sponges. So this is like the reason I even do that is because that way I can usually the biological ever clean. Obviously, you're gonna rinse it off probably once a month when it gets all gunked up, and then water can't even go through the mesh bag because there's so much gunk on it. But you don't ever do it that much often, so I want to like do less work, and I don't want to have to drag the baskets out of both filters every time. So I thought easier were to put everything in that needs to get cleaned often in one filter, and then that way I can just leave the other filter alone and don't even have to mess with it. So that's kind of my thought. I don't know how many people actually do something like that similar, but it's worked for me, so I've always done it that way. So I guess go to this one, and I'll explain the pinky filter being it sideways like that, because usually I lay it on the top and then it's easy. I can just pull out and put back in, but I'm going to explain that in a second. So, and honestly, when I get, what I might do is when I upgrade this tank, and because I have 250s on there, because obviously the new tanks, I'm going to put a canister on that one, because we're going to need a buttload, and obviously hang on the backs aren't going to do it. So, I definitely want to put. Cause the thing is, the next tank, obviously that one's gonna get upgraded, and we're gonna have a 44-gallon with a Shudentai that we eventually plan to do. And I think I'm gonna do a canister on that one too. So who knows? But I definitely want to replace this, get rid of this, just put it up for backup, and have actually 250s on this. Because the thing is, I think I'll always have hanging my backs on this tank, just because it's just easier, and I don't think I can't really fit a canister into this cabinet. It's just barely too small. It has a good amount of space, but it just can't fit any good canister filters. So I think I will just go ahead and keep hanging my backs on here, but I definitely will put another 50 on here and get rid of this 30 so we can have 250s, and that'll work really well. But getting to this, obviously this has all biological filled up all the top, which is I have these zipped mesh bags that I forget where I got them. I bought them like years and years ago, but they zip up and you just put whatever you want in it, and so I have that filled up all the way to the top. I got a lot in there, and the reason I have these sideways is because before, like, I keep having to clean this more often than I want to, and that's just killing bacteria. Obviously, I'm rinsing it in tank water, but still, you're gonna lose bacteria doing that, and it gets so gunked up, which is the reason why I keep cleaning it, and it's reducing flow. So basically, what I'm doing for this one is putting this pinky filter sideways into the basket, so all the water goes to all the pinky filter and all this first, so all the gunk can get caught up in this, and that keeps the media bags clean, so I don't have to worry about. So then when I clean, all I have to do is take this out and then replace the one back in, and that just keeps the media bags from having to. So I don't have to clean them so often and not lose bacteria, because I don't know how many times that happens to me, especially in the big tank. As many years as I've done it, I'm dumb enough to over clean and lose a bunch of bacteria, then your tank fogs up and you get an ammonia spike. It still happens even though I've done it for a long time. And then this one, I really don't need it like this on sideways because the sponges are just sponges. I mean, I already clean them enough anyways. So I was just testing this out, and obviously it's working. So for now on, I probably will just in this filter have this one on top so I can just pull it out easily, and then keep this one on the side. But I was just trying stuff out, so we'll probably change that. The thing about rimless tanks, I had to put this all the way, and this thing is. So you kind of kick this thing, and this thing will flip over and spill everywhere. It's probably not the most secure filters for a rimless tank. I mean, really any rimless thing. No hang-on backs really meant for a rimless. Really, they just don't stay on very well. But it's whatever. Yeah, you kind of just have to line it up. So yeah, I'm gonna quickly go over this because this one isn't as fun. It's basically the same thing. So this one, I used to have Purigen in this one. I took it out like months and months ago because it's finally just. I've had it in there for 3 years. I basically just kept it in there for biological reasons. It wasn't doing nothing. It obviously wasn't doing the Purigen thing and no more, so it wasn't doing what it's supposed to do. So I left it in there for so long, and I finally took it out like months and months ago. But same thing, all sponges, and then obviously I usually have a pinky filter on top of this. I just took it out not too long ago, so I haven't replaced it back in there. But that just keeps, obviously the pinky filter just keeps, mine tanks crystal clear. That's the whole purpose of those. And then same thing for this one. Obviously these are both 50s, like I said. And this is all biological. I do have a sponge at the bottom because there's not as much biological in this because I have so much, scape and sand. There's a lot of already stuff contributing to the bacteria, and plus I took a lot and put it in this one when I first set it up, so that's why. But it does perfectly fine. There's actually a media bag. It actually has still a lot of media in it. It's just one big bag of it. You can see it in there. That's actually what is it? CChem Matrix, which is really good stuff. I really want to use that stuff in all mine, but I just use the biomedia that it comes with and just put it all in one big bag, so I have a lot of it. It works perfectly fine. I mean, there's no reason to replace it with a different biomedia if it does the same. But yeah, that's a quick. I really didn't want this video to be this long, but I was hoping it'd only be like 4 or 5 minutes, but I kind of talked along, so I won't keep talking. But if you have any questions about the setup or anything that you're wondering, definitely ask. I mean, I have tons of videos and I reply quick, so have any questions. I guess the only other thing, filter wise, I do have a Eheim skimmer that I only turn that on during water changes, like after a water change, so it can clean the surface, and then so it only gets turned on for about 10 minutes, like once a week. But I just keep it in there. But other than that, that's about it. So comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next.